Sometimes the mind is so fascinating, but it could also get us in trouble. So I don't know if any of you have seen this one guy here on TikTok who is like an adventurer and explorer, and he goes on Google and he goes and finds different places, and he's like, what is that? And he goes to the area and discovers or like finds out what they are. Well, he had found a dark spot on this map, and it turned out to be a cave. He went there, and it was really frickin' ominous. And it was really scary. I'm like, oh, don't go in there. It looked like it was one of those holes that never end, and it's really dark. And I'm like, oh, I'm afraid to see what's in there, and I'm afraid if you're gonna lose your footing and fall in and then never be seen again, kind of thing. It almost felt like the equivalent of a black hole, but on Earth. But the mind is an amazing thing, because for me, I was like visualizing some like endless pit. And he goes and he's about to go down there, and he starts to hear this like beeping sound. He's like, what the hell is that? And he's like nervous. He's like, did I hear him? Like, did I hit like some like minefield or something? He comes up and he realizes it's his drone machinery. So he was like psyching himself out. So he was also scared, and I was being pulled in with this fear, and I could feel it through the screen. So he goes and he takes the drone inside this hole that looked like it never ended, and like goes forever. And it was kind of funny because it was actually kind of shallow. It was deep enough to create a shadow, but it was actually kind of like an opening of a mouth, kind of the way the cave was. So it was like this inside. But there was this weird figure in there. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And it turned out someone had put like a homemade scarecrow / dummy in there, and it was propped up. It was weird. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this is so weird. I was actually laughing out loud. And there was like someone had put graffiti in there, and so someone definitely was there before. So someone was brave enough to go beyond the darkness. And it's nothing like we thought. So there's a point to this. Our minds can do the same thing. We can trivialize and make something so small seem so much worse. And I was doing that to myself. So now, instead of thinking about a scenario and making a story about it, I am just going to experience things as they are in the moment and get past the feeling, so you can get past the fear, so it doesn't stop you from getting things frickin' done. Isn't that like... I learned that today, and I was like almost in tears. Like,